Durango, Colorado. We're the far southwestern corner of the state of Colorado. We're situated right where the mountains pretty much hit the desert. So we're just north of the New Mexico border. We got skiing minutes to the north, desert minutes to the south. All of that it comes down to this little central spot, and it's the town of Durango. The entire population of town is around 16,000. It's an old mining town. A lot of outdoor activity here. A river runs right through the middle of town. Everybody in town skis here. Everybody climbs here. And there's great ice climbing literally just up the highway. The thing about Durango is that it's far removed from big cities. The closest big city is Albuquerque, which is about a 3.5-hour drive. The beauty of Durango is it's a small enough town that everybody really gets along and looks out for each other. It's a special place.
Yesterday's semi-finals were jam-packed with action, and in fact, we made the front cover of the Durango Herald. The locals have had a great time, and so too have the athletes. We caught up with MCSWIGGAN to check out what she thought of her competition yesterday.
My name is MCSWIGGAN, and I'm climbing for Mountaineer in Ireland. I prepare, I guess, all year round. You're always thinking about it, but from August I normally start training specifically for ice climbing. I live in South Korea, and there's amazing training facilities there. I have an amazing coach and a really great team that I train with. Yeah, so almost every day it's what I'm doing. But first competition of the year is always a bit nerve-wracking. So I guess the qualification round, I felt really nervous and just a little bit awkward, and I did okay in one route, and then the second route I found it really difficult, and in the semi-final I guess I felt more at ease. There was maybe a little bit of confusion about the clock, because I heard someone say that I'd only 4 seconds left, so I just started climbing really fast. I was lucky, I guess, and actually there was more time than 4 seconds left, so I got higher than I expected. It was my lucky day. It was my goal to make finals, so anything will be good. But I tried my best, hopefully.
In one word, how was today?
It was a beautiful day.
Unbelievably epic. Definitely exciting for me.
Explosively spectacular.
Exhilarating.
Inspirational. A round of applause from the crowd.
Spectacular.
Educational.
It was wet. It was wet. That's all I can say. Very wet.
And how she fared last year.
Always wears green, EIMIR.
It's crazy.
Do you think that's because she's Irish?
Maybe.
So EIMIR in Bozeman last year, just to give you the history on that result, placed 13th. She finished in the top 10. She finished 10th overall. She finished 7th in Cheongsong, which was her best result and her only final of the season. Coming into this competition, she didn't really have any expectations. She's got a second place in the semi-final. She's already beaten her best last year. What's in her head now, do you think?
You know, I think she's probably trying to keep the pressure on herself low. It's really easy to get all tied up in this excitement of doing way better than you think, and I'm sure she's just trying to keep the expectations off of herself because she knows that's how she competes the best.
EIMIR is taught and coached by the Korean team. It's one of the really nice things to see is the teams working together. They treat her like one of their own, and in fact one of the Korean headsetters calls EIMIR his student. He was beaming yesterday after EIMIR's performance, was very pleased to tell me that EIMIR was in the finals in second place. So that's great to see. So EIMIR just moving quite tentatively on these lower moves. Must be hard to find the balance between moving fast and confident and slow and precise.
It really is. That's true.
She reaches over, taking the weight on that left placement. Keeping her weight on her left foot.
Have a little person with you, a little kid that is just like, oh, I love climbing. Then come on down.
Reaches up, looking for the best position on that left edge.
And that's the place here in Durango. Here, I got some Durango Rock Lounge.
So definitely moving a little bit slower than some of the other competitors. That's not necessarily a bad thing at this stage. Right hand up to that little grey edge.
She may be going for the strategy of knowing that these moves are all very technical and very hard, and so she is just trying to move carefully through them, because it's not a route that's going to be how fast you can move through it. It's just a matter of not falling for the most part.
Not falling is definitely one of the names of the game, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Roman Chernov's tweeted us again, and he said he has some inside info that Masha Edler is actually trained by Alexei Dengin, one of our finalists later on in the men's competition, and that she's been training for several weeks in Kirov, one of the biggest structures in Russia, before coming out here to Durango. So EIMIR's in that Stein. At this stage, I would say that EIMIR's looking like she just wants to climb and not fall off. She doesn't look like she's attacking it for the win. She just looks like she's going to put in the most solid performance that she can.
Absolutely, just staying well within herself.
Oh, and very smooth up to that left-hand placement.
That was great.
And she's got it in the reverse position to Masha had it. So that'll be interesting to see how much rotation there is. In fact, it looks like there's zero rotation as she reaches up for that right hand. Places that tiny, tiny edge under the tool. Matches in. Just shaking out. 4 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock. Now at this point, Angelica was all the way on the other side of the traverse. So that gives you some context into how fast Angelica was and how slow, for want of a better word, EIMIR is. Certainly no points for speed. It's all about holds touched and clips clipped. So, reaches over to the underside of that right volume. And her foot is kind of between where Hannah Rai-Song's was and where Angelica Reiner's was. Doesn't look like it's popping at this stage, although the left hand just twangs loose there. No problem, and she takes the left hand underneath, moves down, shakes. She's going to have to get that body position all the way down.
All right, you got this.
Excellent. Look at the reach, the span between those two.
EIMIR in the right hand, looking very, very good. Moving into that Stein, very solid there.
Yeah, that was a controlled release.
She's going to have to reach up and make that high clip. Looks like she's going to make the move first. That'll be interesting. She's the first climber we've seen do that. She's going to have to reach high and left now to make that clip. Last year in Cheongsong, we saw people forgetting to clip and having to reverse several moves just to make the clip. That doesn't look to be troubling her. So of course you have to clip every clip in sequence. If you skip a clip and clip another one, it's automatic disqualification. Puts the left leg over the right hand for the Fig 4. Reaches up. She's just struggling now because we saw them clipping in the other position, and this is going to cost her precious time and of course precious energy while she rests in that Fig 9. You can hear one of her coaches cheering there. Always very vocal when EIMIR's climbing.
Come on, EIMIR, you got this. You got 2 minutes and 22 seconds. All the time in the world. You can totally get
Plenty of time. She reaches up to make that clip, and now, even though she's got that clip, she's got to do another big reach to take that high right-hand hold. And all that energy that she's wasted, let's hope that she can recover some to make it. Takes the left hand, really solid, and goes for the reach. Misses it first time, but I reckon she can get that. She was ever so close. Just going to recover in the Fig 9 over that right hand. Places the left again, switches to the Fig 4. Takes the right hand, reaches up and hits it. Great effort from EIMIR MCSWIGGAN. Stumbling ever so slightly over the foot placements. Just over 1 minute and 40 left. Kicks in. And she definitely looks tentative as to what she should do. She definitely needs to make this clip before she does this move. Makes the clip. Shaking out. And now with 1 minute and 19 seconds on the clock, she's got to work out this shoulder move. It's a hard move and she needs to rotate the axe and get her shoulder into it and get her weight underneath it. At this point, it's going to be very hard to hold with all the weight on the right-hand side of her body. Center of gravity way to the right, but she's looking strong there. Very controlled from EIMIR.
Very controlled.
Again into the fig four, and at this point, if she can hit this holding control, she's going to surpass Nadia Galyamova's high point, and that's going to climb her way into second place, especially if she can make this clip. EIMIR makes the clip, and that's a second place for her at the moment. Of course, we've still got Wunseon Shin to climb. She takes the left hand up onto that small edge. She's got 30 seconds. She's just going to have to do everything that she can at this point. Going for the high points. Places that left hand.
And she's
Puts the
definitely
fig
in
9.
speed mode now.
She certainly is. Climbing with that aggression that we saw yesterday, and she drops down in control. Looking really good. Come on, EIMIR. 10 seconds left. Reaches with that drag, but it's so hard to clip. She needs that clip. That clip will definitely count in the rankings. Come on, EIMIR. And her time's up, and she's not clipped it. But she did make contact with that hold. And she's going to rest. Will she want to cut loose? I think she'll probably want to make that clip rather than take the lob. Oh gosh, you can see she's not psyched. Come on, EIMIR. There she goes. Takes a deep breath. Bit of a crack in the back, but your man on the belay did a great job.
That was such a good go for her.
Awesome effort from EIMIR
Yeah.
MCSWIGGAN, especially after she climbed so slow in those initial stages. She really found the pace towards the end and put in a great attempt on this ladies' final route.
She was so close to making that final clip too.
So close. And as we saw with Angelica, it really is a case of getting the weight across before, and if anyone can, she can. Very, very strong competitor. There's EIMIR having a chat with God MacArthur, good friend of hers. Big hugs and great support all round. Wunseon Shin finished 4th overall last year, taking 8th place in Bozeman, 2nd place in her home comp of Cheongsong. She placed 5th in Sazfei and 6th. She begins her climbing.
And it looks like EIMIR is just learning how close the results were.
Of course, and her and Angelica having a chat there, and Ian Hansen on hand to have a chat with them too. We'll be joined by Ian Hansen later on for the men's competition, so hopefully he'll be able to give us some inside info into what they were saying. The men's final will begin at 7 p.m. local time. In 3rd place, and what a fantastic weekend for Ireland's EIMIR MCSWIGGAN. In 2nd place, the Italian beast. Angelica Reiner takes her silver medal home with her, and in 1st place, Korea's very own Wunseon Shin will be going home with a gold medal. For now, that's all from us. We will be coming back, and we must stress we'll be coming back at 7 p.m. on YouTube and on Facebook. Do tune in. #UIA Ice Climbing for the comments and the questions. We cannot